Maybe you can relate to this. 15 years ago, and up to that point, I was living outside of myself. I had great business, great clients, great cash flow, great everything. And then in one strike of a button, as it would seem, the collapse of 2008 came, and down came the deck of cards. Everything that I'd put my life's work into started to crumble, and it escalated really, really quickly to the point where I could not control the fallout. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because maybe some of you that are listening can relate. Right now, there is lots of, let's say, distraction, noise in the market, in the world. What's going to happen? And to your finances, to your livelihood, to your sovereignty, all those sorts of things. And the core of the whole message for this video is sovereignty. And the three things I'm going to share with you are really going to help you to reclaim that. But first, I've been away from YouTube for about a month now. And there's a reason for that. Because I've been working behind the scenes on a very deep program that I withheld putting forward for the last 3 years. And so if you want to know more about that, there's a link in the description below. It's called Awaken God Mode. And what I'm going to share with you in this video is going to relate to that. So in order to claim back your sovereignty and to not live in the outside world, to create predictable, consistent, reliable results for yourself, mentally, financially, emotionally, spiritually, all the alleys, okay, is the first thing is you must regain a sense of who you are. And the sense of who you are is that deep knowing of what you are capable of at the depth of your being, the depth of your being. And it requires meditation. It requires focus. Meditation for you could be in the garden, like outside where I am right now, listening to the birds. It could be reading, writing, journaling, whatever it may be from there. Meditation could be sitting on a park bench, being really still, or on a cushion in your lounge room, whatever it is. But in order to understand yourself, you must be silent. And you must silence the monkey mind, the conscious mind, the ego that constantly wants to babble, the babbler. And in order to do that, it's to prompt yourself with this one thing. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. So you say that to yourself over and over and over again. And you do it in your mind's eye, you do it in your heart, and you feel it at the depth of your being. Stillness. Be still. And what and whom are you saying be still to? You're saying be still to the conscious mind, the one that is still ensnared by the spell of the outer world. That the outer world, the third dimension, is real and has its weight upon you, and you become the product of it. That is not, that's the biggest lie. That's the illusion. So be still and know that I am God. Sit with that in meditation, and you could do that while you're gardening, whatever it may be from there. The second point is get very, very clear as to who you want to be as an identity, because the I am is the all encompassing. All is mind, and all within the self, the deep self, is known already. And so the second part is actually saying, who do I want to be? And in order to answer that from a place of stillness, you ask yourself a trick question. What reality would I love to experience? What experiences within a new reality would I like to have? And then you reverse engineer that. You bring it back and say, well, who am I being in that reality, experiencing those things that I want? That's the second part. Get very clear on who it is you want to be, because who you want to be already exists. Who you say you are right now is the illusion. Who you say you are right now is the illusion. Because you cannot fully define and own and know who you really are without first entering silence, without first knowing thyself at your depth. So that's the second point, okay? The third point, as I just make my way backwards and forwards here, trying to get away a little bit of the sun glare, is to practice small incremental steps on a day-to-day basis, moment-to-moment basis. Instead of saying, okay, I want $1 gazillion, and who am I being in that $1 gazillion lifestyle or that reality? Let's chunk it all the way down. Let's start with what is occupying space and time within yourself right now, within your body, within your mind. Start to upgrade those things. Start to practice applying the identity of your preferred reality on those very things that occupy space and time within you right now. It could be, as an example, so right now we've got some heating oil that is waiting to be delivered. I could wait for heating oil to be delivered and think, oh, we need to ration our use of heat for the bath, for the shower, whatever it may be. Or I could already be the person that has received that heating oil, living in the end, as Neville Goddard would say and share. And I can see that the truck pulls up right here. The truck pulls up right there, and it loads the oil into the tanks, and I can hear the oil loading into the tank. I can shake the guy's hand, and I can hear him say to me, that'll keep you going for a while. And I know that to be true. So that's just one example. So whatever is occupying space and time in your mind, give it attention and observe it through the eyes of the new identity. That is practicing the true art of self. That's practicing the art of the true self, the deeper layer of who you really are, which is God. You are pure imagination. You are pure consciousness expressing itself through an identity so that you can have an experience. And why not make those experiences the ones that you want to have? So whether it's about heating oil, whether it's about paying the next bill, whether it's about going on your first date, whether it's signing a new client, move the needle to the next echelon of anything that's occupying space and time within yourself. That's the practice of the new identity. So if you'd like this type of video and you want more of it, then please comment below, let me know, and let's dive into it. And of course, if you want to join an incredible community of like-minded people, and you don't want to be the lone wolf anymore, you don't want to be the black sheep that searches for connection, for conversation, for deep dives into metaphysical arts and the application of it, the real application of it into your life, then you'll see a link to my group below. I encourage you to join, and I look forward to seeing you in upcoming videos. Big love from here in Ireland to wherever you are in the world.